W-666 or W-666. I don't know how to pronounce this, but I'm gonna call it W-666 because that's how I originally read it. This book is whack. It's about 100 pages, it's pretty short, and it's about a man who the whole world goes against him. So his wife leaves him, his boss fires him, his parents don't want to talk to him, all his friends are dodging his phone calls, he gets kicked out of his house and then can't buy a new one, and no people at any stores will serve him. It's like the whole world is like has an earpiece and is like, oh, what, he's coming. It's like the Truman Show, but a lot more darker. The whole thing reads like you're going absolutely crazy. Yeah, it's unsettling. I'll read a section. The voice on the other end of the phone's tone shifted. His sickly sweet, buy my product voice stopped, and a different voice came on, one that had a gun pointed to his head. I'm sorry, Mr. White. Unfortunately, something else just came up. What do you mean? I responded. He didn't respond right away. He was gripping for words. I'm so sorry, Mr. White, but unfortunately you're unable to make this purchase as planned. I'm so sorry again. Wait, why? What? I'm so sorry, Mr. White. I have to go now. And the phone was hung up. An anger inside of me rose. Who was doing this to me? It sounded like the man had started the phone call uninformed, and midway through someone handed him a piece of paper saying, "Get off the phone, we have your children hostage." He truly did sound apologetic, like he didn't know what was happening either. Damn this world. No other agencies answered my phone calls, voicemail after voicemail. Who was out to get me? This was posted at July 8th, 2020, posted at 9:30 in the morning. He writes, so many people don't understand the horror of W-666. They are all against him. He is not imagining anything. The world is out to get him for no discernible reason, and it is fiction, so this is entirely possible. I don't know what's so hard to grasp. So this is what kind of just scared me. It's like there's different layers to it being a horror novel, because I know Paul, and I know that he thinks that he's like a victim in the whole world, and like everyone hates him because he's an incel, right? He's like a total like, oh, life is so hard. Which is, maybe that's mean to say, but whatever, that is what he thinks. But it's like, I could imagine people getting mad at him for something and him just being like, having no concept of remorse or reflection or anything, and being like, everyone's out to get me. The thought of a man not taking accountability for his actions is horrifying. I believe the whole plot is referencing Franz Kafka's The Trial, which is a story about a man who goes on trial for something that they never tell him what he did or what's going on. Also, the title, W-666, no idea. That's kind of a, what's it called? A recurring theme in Paul's work. Same thing with We Stained a Deer for Mother Nature. When I first started reading the book, I thought they would be hunters, like it would be a hunting trip. And they didn't see a deer, they never talk about a deer. I don't know. Overall, I give this book a 7 out of 10, solid 7, because I enjoyed reading it, and thank God it wasn't too short. The plot moved along pretty well. I had a good time reading it, and it definitely got the message across. It was a very unsettling book, as it should be. Also, totally forgot to mention this. This was his most recent book that he's published. Under Mana Publications, 2016, so quite a while ago, right? And he hasn't released anything since, and he's pretty prolific. Like, he's released multiple books in the same year before, so it's weird. I think he's just got really bad writer's block. Just from reading all of his posts on B4SL, he's got really bad writer's block, but I get, you know, writer's block and artist block and all that kind of stuff, but I do still end up making stuff, but he really hasn't put out anything. Yeah, his new book changes names all the time, but right now I think it's called A Multiplicity of Angels. He hasn't really mentioned what it's about. Something about a classics major, some man who's studying ancient Greece, classical Greece. But that might have even changed. He changes his stuff all the time. Yeah, I don't know what else I have to say on that.